we've teamed up with Liberty Walk and we're going to make a deranged times Liberty Walk Ferrari, one of the first 308s in the country. This is how much filler was in the front corner of this car. So what I'm actually going to do today is start cutting basically. Hi guys, welcome back to Deranged, and today, as you can see here, we're back with a 308. Now, it was probably a few months, at least 3-4 months since we've done anything on this car, and if you watched our previous videos, we've teamed up with Liberty Walk and we're going to make a deranged times Liberty Walk Ferrari, one of the first 308s in the country. So it's taken a little bit of a while because we've been busy, and also I've had loads of ideas and trying to work out really what we're going to do with this. And we've come to the conclusion we're definitely going to do a full resto. So the first step was to strip this back to metal. So just to get a little bit of an idea, you can see this corner here and you can see this here. This is how much filler was in the front corner of this car. So obviously this now it's a 1984, so it's my year of birth. So it's 39 years old and probably lived most of its life in the US. And they have got a tendency for lashing up some repairs and putting a bit of filler in. So obviously it's had a bit of damage there. We haven't got a clue. We've taken a little bit of metal off the door as well because that looked a bit suspect, and that had probably about 10 mil filler in as well. So we have to totally bare metal this car. All the interior's got to come out. We'll go back to completely bare metal. We'll have to do metal work. This is going to have basically probably at least back to here cut out. And I was looking at, when we fitted this kit, I was looking at why doesn't it really line up? These lines don't line up, but obviously when we're starting with something like that, then what chance have you got? Obviously bear in mind, most of these cars now, you know, in their 40 years old, so they've probably had a bit of filler work, a bit of repair work. So when Liberty Walk made this kit, obviously took a mold off of one car. Every car's going to be a little bit different. I think probably from factory, they're all a little bit different. But now, obviously, you know, over the years go by and they have filler work and different bits and bobs done. So the plan is take all the kit off now, get it back to bare metal, and then really see where we're at. Obviously, you have to do all the metal work. Like I say, this is going to have a patch put in, completely cut out, and then we can put the kit back on and really see how it fits to the bare metal. If we've got to change any little bits and fettle any bits on the kit, we can do that. Interior wise, the whole lot's coming out. We're going to retrim the door cards, retrim the dash. It's going to have completely new seats. Centre console will be retrimmed. Might do a few little tweaks, put some carbon in there. I've liked the idea of carbon seats, so like the Tillet style carbon seats with our own custom pads, leather pads in there, so we're going to do that. Come round to the back. Plan is completely cut out this rear panel. So we're going to cut that out. Once we've got it all back to bare metal, it'll be a lot easier to see, but we're going to cut that panel out completely, maybe mesh the rear panel. I like the idea of exhaust coming out high, so high level exhaust, if we can make that work. Obviously you've got metal here, so we might have to cut some of this metal out to be able, because the original exhaust comes out under here. So you can see the exhaust ends there. So they would really, it had quad pipes coming out, you know, around here, I think. So if we can cut this metal about, make a new panel in there, get the exhaust up somehow so it comes out high level, I just think that'll look epic. So if you look at like the Scuderia or the 458 Speciale, anything that's like their track orientated vehicle, it normally has like the high level exhaust. And then we're going to put like the later LED style out of like the 812 or you know, some of the later cars, nice LED lights in there. So that's the plan with the back. Engine wise, another reason why I haven't really got on with this project is because I had so many ideas and I thought, are we going to end up completely taking the engine out, building a space frame for the back, maybe putting a 488 turbo, twin turbo engine in. I think I'm probably getting a bit wild, and the car will probably end up owing us, you know, in excess of 300,000 if we did that. So the idea now is we'll take this engine out, we'll rebuild the engine, make sure it's all sound, maybe get it on throttle bodies, do something nice, but without, you know, a complete engine swap. So that's the plan for that. That means the rear ends, the drive shafts, everything will remain the same, so that the overall width of the you know, wheel span will be the same. So then we can get the wheels made now to the kit. We've got all the measurements for that. So next step, we'll get the wheels on order. So we obviously get them sitting nice and flush. We know how wide we've got to come with the kit. We know what we've got there, so we can take the measurements, get them on order, because they'll take approximately 3 months to come. There'll be like a 2-piece forged wheel. Get that all ready, get the car completely stripped out. So we're actually going to carry on with this today. As soon as I finish this video, we're going to carry on stripping it, take all the kit off. And that's it really. That's where we're at with it at the moment. Just wanted to give you a little update. We are cracking on now. Right, so as you can see where all the dust is, but we'll mark it out in a minute. So basically where the Liberty Walk part comes to is about here. So when this car gets, this is going to be on air ride as well. So when this is low, slammed to the ground, obviously the tyre as well is the wheel's going to be sticking out, I think about here. So obviously if we lowered it too much, it's going to obviously hit and foul on this part of the arch. So basically what we need to do is, I can show you, so here we'll leave it original because it won't touch here, but we need to cut right out like that, basically back down to here. So obviously we'll make a nice line of it, make it nice and neat, but basically that whole section there, and we'll mark this out properly, but that whole section there is going to be cut out. So what I'm actually going to do today is start cutting basically. So I've asked the guys to get some tools from the other workshop. I'm going to mark it all out now, mark out where the arches go, make sure we've got enough room for fixings. So basically, you'll see here we've drilled a couple of holes, but these fixings are going to be all the way round, and these will be bolted through here. The parts of the Liberty Walk arch will be bolted through, or we'll put a nice riv nut in there and bolt through a nice, you know, aluminium fixing. We'll make it look really nice. So yeah, basically that bit's going to be cut out. We're going to do that now. So get marking it up and get cutting. So yeah, I think this again will come from like here, we'll come up as far as we can there, get a nice line, mark that out, but get it down to about there, cut in, let's have a look. So really what's important is I want to make sure once this all goes back in, you see how this part comes up to here. So from here, we're going to have to basically cut, but I don't want it to look like it's been cut here. So the plan would be, I might even actually cut back a little bit there, and then we'll put an infill panel in just to make it nice. So We'll actually put a new arch liner in there. Maybe do something like that. Or we'll just mark here along this line here so that when that all fits in place, so our cut line follows along here and then comes up in a bit, and then we can put, for wherever it goes to, we can put an infill panel. So you've got the metal back here, we can make a nice finishing panel out of like an arch liner plastic, so it'll just sit back, it'll tuck inside here and fix with some brackets inside there, just to make it look neat, because the last thing you want is to make it look like it's been cut about. So I know once the wheels fill it out and the car's lower, you won't see it, but for me, I just like to do things like that, those little extra touches. I don't know if you, back in 2016, we built a wide body Mustang, and it was one of the first wide body Mustangs in the UK. It was before Liberty Walk even did a kit for it. I ordered the kit from the US and it came, and I ended up remaking the whole shape of the kit. I just wasn't happy with it. It didn't have nice sharp lines here. It was very like rounded off, so I remade all the shape, and then I ended up did the same thing with that. Obviously, we had a brand new car at the time. It was a big thing. It was a brand spanking new car, 30 miles on the clock. I ended up cutting out the arches, and but it was important for me to make sure that we made a whole new liner there for it, just so it all looks neat and tidy if you jack it up in the air, you just want to be able to see it neat. So we'll do the same with this, and yeah, just these little details that just make it a little bit, you know, take it a level beyond what's expected. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll put the tape on there, and then we'll draw the line. Yeah, it is where it wants to sit. $157. So that side from that point to there is 202 mil, right? 202 mil. And that is 195 mil, that side. So the car is 7 mil different, that side to that side. And the arch is 3 mil different. So I don't know what hope we got. What do? Cut them the same and try and make the arch fit in the same place, or just put it where it wants to fit. So when this car's finished, you're not going to obviously see where the cut is underneath, but you are going to see, hold that there a minute. So if it sits there, that gap at that point there, that line there to there is 105 mil, yeah? 105 mil. So exactly the same place at that line there, that is 94 mil. So that's 11 mil difference. 11 mil difference. Is that gonna drive us mad?
Drive you.
But I'm just thinking if I can take a bit out of this and bring that down to like there, is that still gonna line up?
It's worth ripping all this out first, just in case it's.
Or if we get that down like that.
It'll be full of filler.
Yeah, I don't know, because it sits quite nice around there, but we can, yeah, obviously. But that's already low there, isn't it? So that sort of wants to come. I reckon we need to get that down a little bit, so there. Yeah, so I'm going to come down a little bit, that line, mark that line. What? If we get that to there. Right, so that there, if we can get that down a bit of fettling. Get that down to 100 mil. And push that one up as high as it will go. That. Yeah. Get that to within 3 mil now. I'm happy with that. Yeah, got the cutting point. I'll do the same, match that to that point there. Cut in there. Same with this point here. So we're all marked out. I'm happy with the markings. I will go a little bit out, a little bit away from the line, just in this side of the line, and then we can finish it a lot nicer. So I'm going to drill. Starting point, start in the middle, and then use the air saw basically to go around. If we don't get on with this, quite good. If we struggle with it, we might have to use the Dremel or grinder on some bits, but I think it should go through this quite easy, so have a go. Make sure there's nothing behind. There you go. Through.
Got it.
Right. First one cut. Actually, not a lot of filler in there at all, which is good. Good to know. In the bin. Yeah, like I said, obviously we've got a bit of a better line with a cut than what I drew, and then we'll finish that off and make that even nicer. Again, I've got to just take a bit more out here just to get it into there nicely. Same with that side. We just take a little bit more out there just to get it all the way down to that point. And then that'll be it. So I'll do the others. So that's about it for today. We've cut all the arches out, need a little bit of finishing, but we're going to carry on stripping the body, stripping all the paint off. There's loads of filler to get out, so we're going to finish off doing that. So we'll leave it for a couple of weeks. Hopefully 2 weeks time, fortnight time, we'll do another video and hopefully this will be in bare metal, and we'll finish off the arches, and then we can see what we've got, see what metalwork we've got to do. I know we're going to have to cut some metal out, make some new panels, because I doubt you can get panels for this, so it's all going to be fabrication. So next video, hopefully we'll be starting on the fabrication, and that's it. So we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Remember, like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you can see this project all the way through. It's going to be epic when it's done. Thank you guys. I'm not going to get that, you know.
That's ridiculous, man. That's horrible. What do you think?